This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel this fine Saturday afternoon. Hope you've got some yard work done. I know I've got a little bit done, a little hedge trimming going on outside, out front, and things looking all right. You know what? Ready for summertime. Yeah, it's just around the corner. Can you believe that? So that said, summertime right around the corner. Well, we're kind of in this whole middle ground where right now we'd kind of either be in playoffs or we'd be kind of doing off-season stuff, or who really knows what would be going on with the Edmonton Oilers as of right now. But one question that continues to remain about what's going on with the Edmonton Oilers is Andreas Athanasiou, right? This guy, acquired him for a little bit of a boatload, right? The trade being 2 second-round picks and I believe something else. Let me just double check the trade history. So 2 second-round picks. Yeah, how could we forget Mr. Sam Gagner in there as well? 10% retained, yes, but that's still Sam Gagner. And then Edmonton's 54th overall pick and a 2021 second-round pick. So we're without 2 second-round picks this year and next year due to this trade for Athanasiou. And the other side too, we did get Ryan Kuffner in the trade, so don't forget that he is a guy on the farm club and we still have him under control as well. So realistically, you dump the salary in Sam Gagner, you get the second rounders, and you know what, Athanasiou and Kuffner, not the worst situational trade, right? Quite honestly, a trade I liked. Now, what we'll get to right off the bat is of course Athanasiou's stats, right? You see here, it was a terrible, terrible year in Detroit, right? 46 games played, 10 goals, 14 assists, 24 points, a minus 45. But the guy was averaging 16 minutes and 32 seconds time on ice on the worst team in the NHL. That's straight up, right? They were pretty awful, those Detroit Red Wings, so far this year, and he's shooting 8.7% there. Whereas, you know what? Here's the thing about what's happened with the Oilers and Andreas Athanasiou, right? He looked kind of like he didn't fit, right? That's everybody's big thing. He doesn't fit. We don't have time for a reclamation project. Well, I'm sorry, guys. Here's the thing. We can't have our cake and eat it too, right? Is simply put, if we don't have time for a reclamation project, there is no bringing back Taylor Hall if you want to bring back Taylor Hall. There is no bringing back Jesse Puljujärvi if you want to bring back Jesse Puljujärvi. That's those. If you don't meet those first two requirements, don't even talk about having time or not having time for a reclamation project in Andreas Athanasiou. And realistically, guys, here's the thing. He's not that much of a reclamation project, because you look at this, realistically, over his career, right? Over his career, he's had one season above 33 points. 33 points in 71 games is a 0.46 points per game average. Okay, fine and dandy. Now you get to this points per game average with the Oilers, 0.22, but over the course of 82 games, that's 18 points. And realistically, on the Oilers, we can't complain too much about that. Yes, we traded 2 second-round picks, but here's the thing. 18 points, that's the bottom end. I'm not arguing that's the high end. I'm arguing that's the bottom end. Because you look at what we did with Athanasiou, right? Immediately, just as we do every time we acquire somebody new, we stuck him with McDavid. And I mean, yes, okay, realistically, you should know what you have in a guy if you stick him with Connor McDavid. Problem is, with that theory, I really don't like that theory, because what keeps ending up happening, and I don't know if you've noticed it, I've noticed it over the years, right? Think about Lucic being up there. Think about the many guys we've tried. How many guys have successfully succeeded riding shotgun with Connor McDavid? Not that many. You think about Leon Draisaitl, obviously. Zach Kassian, well, why does he fit? He's a right-hand shot, and he was a benefactor of a lot of great passing plays and just going hard to the net. And one thing that Athanasiou doesn't have going for him is that he's a left-hand shot trying to play with Connor McDavid. So, right there. The thing is, you kind of look at this whole situation, right? All right. So you've got Joakim Nygård coming back. You've got everything coming back. And I get it. I absolutely get the problem. He just doesn't fit. Now, it becomes the challenge of what to do, right? Do you go the reclamation project situation that everybody's talking about? Keep him, try and figure something out, because at this rate, right, a guy coming off of two of potentially the worst seasons in the NHL, quite honestly, had minus 46 and minus 45, and only 26 points and 24 points. You look at what he's averaged this season, really not that bad. Well, suddenly you're talking about a whole different situation from a $3 million contract, especially if he wants to stick with the Oilers. But if this is at worst a Ken Holland, see if it works. If not, I know what I can get. And that's kind of where my theory would go with this is the Oilers either keep Athanasiou for a cheaper contract or they ship him for essentially knowing what Ken Holland can get for him, right? Ken Holland knows he's not going to lose on Andreas Athanasiou, right? Because yes, okay, you've got Ryan Kuffner, so that probably elevates the second round pick down to a fourth round pick in 2021. So you gave up a second, a fourth, and Sam Gagner. Realistically, not that bad. And given what Sam Gagner was doing for Andreas Athanasiou, the elements they bring, okay, fine and dandy. All right, you're not losing too much. And if you can't get a second rounder and a fourth rounder for Andreas Athanasiou at this rate, I don't know what's wrong with Ken Holland. And I mean, here's the thing. We've seen Ken Holland do nothing but win as an Edmonton Oilers general manager so far. So at some point, luck has to run out, yes, but I think no matter which way Ken Holland goes with this, it's just going to be a positive. Because, guys, here's the thing. We've doubted, everybody in Oilers land has doubted this or that Ken Holland's done so far. And I'm not sitting here to preach to the choir that Ken Holland's an amazing GM and trust everything he does and do this. Because, yes, remain skeptical at all times. That's just the best way an Oilers fan can be most times. But, like, honestly, if we've got anyone that can trust the process and do the right thing with Andreas Athanasiou, no matter what it is, right? Is it trade him, sign him, do this, do that? No matter what the right move with Athanasiou is, tendency is showing that Ken Holland's going to make the right move. And like I said, right, you can de-elevate the second round pick in 2021 to a fourth round pick and still come out with a fair deal compared to what the first deal was, as long as you keep Ryan Kuffner. But you look at the stats too here with Mr. Athanasiou, right? 14 shots in a total of 9 games, right? A guy that really wasn't finding his fit on the team. That's fine. You know what? That's okay. 7.1 shooting percentage, the lowest of his career. So that's got to turn around, right? A guy's not just suddenly forgotten at 25 years old how to play hockey. I highly doubt that. And of course, you look total shot attempts, only 224. So, right, still probably about career average there if you look at the numbers. 12 minutes, 19 seconds time on ice. Again, right, he played a couple big games with Connor McDavid up on the top line and then played nowhere else in the lineup, playing only 12-19 average time. So you got to give a guy a chance, and that's the thing that we are always too quick to do in Oilers land, is not give a guy a chance or a fair shake. And that's exactly what I feel like is happening here with Athanasiou. But again, right, is we're in a competitive situation and we're in an unknown situation here. Is we're talking all about signing or trading. Problem is we still have playoffs coming up, hopefully, and you know what's been talked about with Ryan Rishaug yesterday about the Oilers being a host city. There's way too many possibilities on the table here. So, you know what? Do we have time to give him a fair shake in the playoffs? What does this mean for Joakim Nygard? Blah, yada, yada. But guys, this is all beyond at this point, quite honestly. And you see the other side too. Athanasiou, 8 hits, 3 blocks, takeaways, giveaways. So he hasn't really been that awful of a player. Quite honestly, the points haven't been there. He gave up a lot, but he's a roster player. And, right, he just hasn't produced the points. But that's the thing. We're so hard-pressed if a guy comes into the lineup and, oh my goodness, he's had a 30-goal season before. That means he's going to score 6 goals straight in his first 6 games as an Oiler player, right? It's lofty expectations, and sometimes it takes time for a guy to get going. Right? This is 9 games in. Guys, think about how many games it took for Archibald and Sheehan to get going as Edmonton Oilers. Not till December did Sheehan get a point, if I remember correct. And you know what? Everybody was talking about how awful these guys are. And now, hold on, pardon me. How bad does everybody in Oilers land want to re-sign Riley Sheehan? I'm sorry, right? Is just, again, the need for production outweighs the need for patience. And it needs to be the other way. The patience needs to outweigh the need for production, because we've got guys up and down the lineup that can produce. Don't put it all on one guy or peg it all on one guy as why he can't do it. He shouldn't be here. He can't cut it. Well, guys, we were saying that about a lot of guys with the Oilers this season. So, you know what? We'll just hold due. And no matter what, I trust Ken Holland has the Oilers' best interest and the Oilers' best possibility in mind when it comes to Andreas Athanasiou. Guys, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. I will catch you in the next one.